Hello, Weird Reads here with Jason White, and recently I visited Amazon and I bought a couple books, and so I thought I'd do sort of like a book haul video because they're so much fun. I love watching people check out their books, and I'm doing an opening at the same time. But it's not really a surprise to me because I know what I ordered. Ooh, I've never gotten one of these before. Remove to expose adhesive. I guess the adhesive didn't work so well. I did have to tear into it. Alright, so I go to Amazon frequently because the books that I want can't find in my local bookstore, that's for sure. But hopefully, I'll be doing some some more mainstream books here too. But the first book that I got here, I was really excited to get. I read it a few years ago, actually, and I just wanted it for my collection because I loved it. And lately, I've been checking out this author again. That's Thomas Ligotti, and his book, Teatro, Grottesco. This book is very strange fiction. It's very dark, sort of depressing type stories. If you're not really used to it, I suggest that you check out Thomas Ligotti's Conspiracy Against the Human Race to kind of get an idea how this guy thinks. But his short stories are they're fascinating. They are just so out there and yet not out there. They make sense and yet they're terrifying in a sense, man. And to be honest with you, I don't remember the stories in here all that well. I'm going to have to reread it. I can't wait because currently I'm reading another Ligotti collection, the Penguin of Grin, scribe, and what's the other one? I can't remember the other name. It's two collections basically collected by Penguin Books, and I've been reading it slowly because I'm trying to devour the whole thing. And there's a lot of discussion actually on YouTube here that I found in my booktubing experience so far, where some people have had some really intelligent takes on his book or stories. And maybe if I remember, I'll put a link to one of them below. Okay, second one here is he's somewhat of a newer author to me. I've read some of his stories in anthologies, and I keep meaning to get this book because it kind of landed with a huge buzz, and that buzz is still kind of going. And actually, right now I am reading a story by this author, not a story, a novel, short novel by this author. It's pretty fascinating, but this is his collection of short stories, The Lure of Devouring Light by Griffin, or Michael Griffin, depending where you talk to him. And this book collects, see how many stories are in here. There's one thing that I end up doing, I don't know if you guys do it, but I always end up, and it's not annoying, because I like having the ability to read wherever I go, and so I end up buying like the ebook. Then if I enjoy the ebook, I get the physical copy, and sometimes I'll even add the audiobook on to that. It's like buying three different versions of the same book. It's interesting. So the stories that are in here, let me see here, there's about 12-13 stories. And there's an introduction by John Langan, and he dedicates the book, I found this interesting, to Joe Pulver, who I believe kind of took Michael under his wing and kind of taught him his chops, which is fascinating. If you don't know who Joe Pulver is, I suggest you go and check out the Lovecraft eZine web series, or their podcast. They do a live episode every Sunday at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And Joe Pulver is one of the regulars. He hasn't been so regular lately because of health issues, but you can go back in their back catalog and you'll see Joe Pulver. He's very passionate. He edits a lot of books, and I'm gonna cover some of those very soon. So yeah, that's my first little book haul. It's only 2 books, but it's given you a taste of what I read, especially lately. I always change. I go through changes, as I guess everyone does. But so that is what I got. I got another book haul actually, and I'm gonna share that soon. So stay tuned, and thanks for watching. If you liked what I talked about, please subscribe, like the video, and subscribe. And don't be afraid to say hi. And maybe we can become friends. You want to be friends with me? I'm friends with me. I'm an idiot.